Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Saturday, February 10th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's WWE Smackdown broadcast live on Fox from the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. In the main event, Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn to qualify for the Elimination Chamber match to be held in 2 weeks in Perth, Australia. The opening match featured another qualifying match in which Drew McIntyre beat AJ Styles, thanks in part to a distraction from LA Knight.
Back on top. Inside cradle. 1, 2, our official Jessica Carr all tied up with LA Knight, who just may have cost Styles the chamber.
Now dropped by AJ Styles. Only a matter of time before the megastar Kipilman extraction Claymore.
And you can count to 20.
Here is your winner, Drew McIntyre.
In the show's opening segment, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis announced that the winner of the Elimination Chamber would get a shot at Seth Rollins for the World Championship at WrestleMania. Also during the opening segment, Chief Content Officer Paul Levesque addressed the actions of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson during last Thursday's WrestleMania 40 kickoff.
I wanted to clear up a couple of things from last night because I felt like coming out of Las Vegas as we were flying over here, felt like there was some confusion in the air. Maybe some people don't know their role. So I wanted to come out here and, I don't know, just set the record straight because I felt like there are people that went out there and tried to assert their authority when they don't really have any. Because here's the thing, I really don't care where you sit. There's one thing that is abundantly clear here, whether people like them or they don't like them, the answers come from one place and one place only, and right now you are looking at him.
Also on the show, Bianca Belair defeated Michin to qualify for the Women's Elimination Chamber match, joining Becky Lynch among the currently qualified participants. During another in-ring promo segment, Bayley was cornered in the ring by former Damage Control allies Asuka, Kairi Sane, and WWE Women's Champion Io Sky until Dakota Kai made the save and chased them off with a steel chair. In other results, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate defeated DIY to qualify for a title shot against the Undisputed Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and Damian Priest at Elimination Chamber. Now with some legal news, here's the Wrestling News' Lou Kipilman.
In a previously unreleased statement made public yesterday by Vice, the late Ashley Masaro claims that Vince McMahon routinely preyed on female WWE talent, and that he punished her for refusing his advances. She also claimed that several close to McMahon in the company enabled his alleged behavior. Masaro claimed in the statement that she witnessed McMahon amorously engaged with female talent backstage at WWE events throughout her time with the company. She alleged that McMahon attempted to get her alone with him in his hotel room, and when she refused, he began changing her TV creative in a way meant to harm her career and position on the roster. Masaro also names another WWE talent who departed the company during the time she was there due to a similar situation with McMahon, but the identity was redacted by Vice to protect the privacy of the individual. Also in the statement, Masaro alleges that she took counsel from then WWE TV production head Kevin Dunn, who instructed her on how to avoid McMahon's advances, and she also named Michael Hayes of the creative team as someone who refused to intervene when she informed him of McMahon's creative changes. The previously unreleased statement was part of evidence gathered for a 2016 class action lawsuit against McMahon related to concussion protocols, but was not included in the released material at the time because it was deemed irrelevant to the case. It was made public at the time that Masaro alleged she was raped on a military base at a WWE appearance in 2007, and that McMahon instructed her to cover up the incident. At the time of the lawsuit, WWE denied all knowledge of the incident, but a recent statement from former head of WWE Talent Relations John Laurinaitis contradicts that claim. Masaro committed suicide in 2019. For the wrestling news, I'm Lou Kipilman.
AEW Rampage was presented last night on TNT, featuring matches taped last Wednesday at the Footprint Center in Phoenix. In the main event, Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale defeated Ruby Soho and Saraya. CMLL's Mystico made his AEW singles debut on the show, defeating Matt Sydal. In other results, the Undisputed Kingdom beat Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, and Rocky Romero in a six-man tag, and the Young Bucks got a quick win over enhancement talents Mondo Rocks and Robbie Litt. In independent wrestling news, Jersey Championship Wrestling ran night one of their annual Jersey J-Cup tournament on Friday from White Eagle Hall in Jersey City, New Jersey. Round one consisted of 7 singles matches and 1 multi-person scramble, which was won by Myron Reed. The others advancing into today's semifinal round are Nick Wayne, Matt Makowski, Masha Slamovich, Joey Janela, Alec Price, The Great Sasuke, and JCW champion Jordan Oliver. Oliver's first-round victory over Griffin McCoy also doubled as his 23rd successful title defense. In the only non-tournament match on the show, GCW World Tag Team Champions Dominic Garini and Kevin Koo turned back the challenge of Fuminori Abe and Takuya Nomura. Streamed through Triller Plus, this is the second year JCW has run the J-Cup tournament since the company was revived in 2021. And in news from outside the ring, a former pro wrestler has been arrested for murder in Portland, Oregon following a fatal shooting and standoff with police, according to a story first reported by Portland TV station KOIN. The wrestler was taken into custody on Thursday after a 2-hour standoff at his home, after which police discovered the body of a woman believed to have been the man's wife, who also resided at the address. The story does not identify the person in custody nor the victim, but went on to report that neighbors stated a former pro wrestler lived at the home with his wife. On Thursday night, Jim Valley of WrestlingObserver.com reported that the wrestler in question was Billy Jack Haynes, although authorities have yet to confirm that information. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.